They fought what most believe is our country's most tragic battle, brother against brother, in the war between the states. And hundreds of those who dressed in gray are still remembered every Memorial Day here on Arsenal Island.
It's important to recognize all the veterans of all the wars. And these men are veterans of a war that was probably the most divisive war that we fought. And there were Americans just like everyone else.
We use the Confederate battle flag because this is the flag these men fought under when they went off to war.
Sherman Lundy and the other members of the Sons of the Confederate Veterans feel a special kinship with those laid to rest here. Their great-great-grandfathers fought for the South.
These folks are our ancestors. And so we pay homage and respect for their fight for Southern independence.
The long rows of tombstones tell the story. Dirt farmers from Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi, Georgia, Kentucky, and the Carolinas all called to battle. Captured or wounded, they became prisoners of war on a rock island some called hell. Soldiers who would never again return to their side of the Mason-Dixon line.
Smallpox disease took a lot of them, and in wounds, they didn't have the medical facilities we have today, and many that were wounded eventually died because of the wounds.
Walking amid nearly 2,000 markers remembering those horrible conditions of disease and death is still emotional 140 years later.
There was 12,409 prisoners in about 20 months here. Of that, they managed to 1,960 at least perished.
By comparison, spending a few hours in the heavy wool of an authentic style rebel uniform seems a small sacrifice to honor and remember the past.
If we remember their sacrifice, maybe it helps us to appreciate the freedoms and the opportunities that we have today even more so.
If you forget your history, then there's no future.
These Sons of Confederate Veterans vow they will never let that happen in the land that now flies the most influential banner of freedom.
It looks nice. You know, the flag's blowing in the wind. I would like to think that depending on what happens after you die, that someone might be looking down saying, well, thanks. You know, thanks for the thought.